Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today I will bring you another update. It is for Doom. Launch trailer unleashes hell. So what do we know about Doom already? One thing we know about Doom already is the simple fact that the game in itself takes place in space, and the game itself takes place in space, but you also see a lot of like crazy like looking monsters, like skeletal like monsters, like with machinery packs behind your back. It's actually one of the first things you see in a trailer where the character gets teared apart by one of these demons. In a sense, here's a launch trailer in which each case takes you through hell itself. And without further ado, let's go and let's delve into this trailer that unleashes you into hell without further ado. So let's begin. So in just over a week, they'll be tearing through they will be tearing through the like legions of hell and the new demon. As much as enjoy moving down foul creatures with an arsenal of pants, shiningly awesome space marine weapons like the vengeful personification of death metal album cover art. The time around, I'm going to focus on the time intimate, up close and personal approach to cleansing the bowls of hell. It is going to be a bloody exorcism, and I'm super pumped about it. How about you? So basically, this is one of the reviews made by someone else that's not me, of course. So all I can tell you, me personally, by reading this, I can tell you is that the trailer will be awesome. And number two, this game looks like it will deliver, if anything else. If you think about it, if you look at the first trailer that was launched last year, it was actually very interesting and it was very gory to any sense. There are like parts of the scenes of the trailer where people actually like ooh and wow, and some cases that were just disgusting, especially when the enemy just sticks his hands right to the heart or just twists the neck of their enemies, and just tears their basically just tears his mouth wide open completely, of course, basically causing a gory mess. Something that a lot of people like in games these days, which is the gore factor. So me, as much, I feel very pumped up for the game because it doesn't only bring in a new challenge. You're also going you're going through space fighting these different types of enemies. It's very high tech. It's very futuristic in a sense. And and right off the bat when you begin the game, it's very intense. It's not like a calm game. So if you're looking for more of a game that is mostly calm and set in a sense, this guy would not be it. Doom is more of a throw you right into the action type of game. So let's add more to that. What we just had. So new Doom trailer feels even more like hell meets Halo. So one thing I've got to say is that it has kind of a Halo-ish feel to it, being that it's in space. So, hungry for another peek at hell is space circa 2016. Bethesda on Thursday released a new trailer for ID Software upcoming reboot of Doom. And then remember, the Doom is actually a reboot. The current Doom is about to come as a reboot of the past 90s series itself, which pretty much caught the attention of many, especially those who were old enough to remember the game itself and actually had hands-on experience playing the game. And now they're doing a reboot, and they're hoping that this reboot will help not just the older generation but current generation as well get intertwined with the game. And hopefully they don't lose their fan base from the older generation just because it is more futuristic, because there's been a whole lot of that happening lately. But let's see how this goes. It seems appropriately epic, but not necessarily terrifying. The latest trailer may not capture all the creeping horror of original Doom years ago, but it's got enough slicing that demon carnage to rewatch a few times. It does look like, at least to my eyes, that it doesn't look like to me that there is a good dose of Halo-esque design or feel in the edges of this game. It is also feels like Gears of War and lots of other space action games combined all into one. So if you play any game that had anything to do with space at any particular time of the series, you get that feel as if though you were playing or possibly rewatching that same game, as you actually get that hands-on experience, either from your home or from a live demo or anything of the sort. Doom will have online and single-player modes, and also a Snapmap game editor for creating new shareable stuff online. So basically, you can share things online. It won't just be, oh, okay, let me just play online. You'll be able to share stuff online, probably like weaponry, any equipment that you probably get, you'll be able to share it online. Just in case you have a friend that doesn't have the proper equipment for a certain mission, you can give it to us, allowing you guys to take on certain missions that may be difficult. So, we'll know for sure what it brings to us soon enough, of course, since the date is right around the corner. It's actually scheduled to be released for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC next week, Friday, May 13th. Yes, a Friday, and it's the 13th, right? So that's the release date information. Let's continue adding more to this, shall we? We're going to talk about the campaign Carnage, which is the story mode itself, and how would it play a role or impactful role on you as you play the game. So here we go. Doom launches trailer teases fast-paced campaign Carnage. So right there, right off the bat, I already told you it is fast-paced. So basically that means the game is pretty much moves along at a very great pace. There's not a lot of stalling, there's not a lot of procrastination as how far the story can go. So after sharing multiplayer and cinematic reviews, Bethesda ID Software have released a new Doom trailer which delves more into the game's single-player mode and campaign. Caught between two dimensions, the trailer's protagonist is inserted into a world inhabited by demons tasked with saving humanity from an imminent takeover. Equipped with a sizable range of weaponry, our hero has only his own combat skills to rely on while he's traveling back between hell and back, of course. In addition to multiplayer and single-player campaign, Doom will allow players to create their own levels using their own creativity and their creative minds, using a feature called Snapmap. Doom will be released, of course, May 13th, like I just mentioned before. And of course, this Snapmap will allow you to get creative. So if you ever play Minecraft, this will be the game for you because you can get more creative. Not only that, you're going to have the high-tech graphics. You're going to have everything you need to make the game more enjoyable for you, but also for your friends around you. That's actually very good because I was always thinking, we have 1080p, 60 frames per second. What else could we possibly be missing to make a game more enjoyable? Well, the answer has been answered pretty much. Snapmap, something that allows you to create your own map, your own levels, and this will allow you and your friends to pretty much conquer all together in the game, right? Because you're familiar with the level. They created it. If not, you could create the level and you can have your friends play through the level, see how well they know the level itself. And it'll be fun watching other people play through your level. I'm pretty sure they'll save your level and just have other people play on your map as well. And this is one of those things you can possibly share with your friends, your levels and play on each other's, creation. But that's pretty cool that you get to get all creative and everything. But then after all, that's what video games are all about. You become creative, you think outside the box, not in the box. You think in the box plenty of times in the real life, right? Now you're playing video games, so you gotta think outside the box, which is even harder to accomplish because, yeah, it's make-believe. It's supposed to make you think beyond your limits than what you're usually used to. So there's a Snapmap thing and how it works. Let's keep continuing adding more to this. So based on the gory action itself, so besides the release date and the action-packed launch. So the new Doom title is set to launch next week for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows PC, which means Bethesda Software will start to amp up this promotion for the title to get more gamers excited, including its fan base. And today, the publisher has done just the releasing the launch trailer for the game for everybody to enjoy. You can either go to Facebook or you can go to latintimes.com to actually see this as well. The new video is only a minute long and features plenty of gory gameplay footage from Doom's single-player campaign and shows no shortage of demonic hell spawns, monsters exploding into tiny pieces all over the place. Gory action is what we want, and gory action is what you should get in this game, of course, as you can see by the trailer itself. Furthermore, there was also a modern Doom homage to the original game cover art shown, reports Polygon. The artwork was painted by the late Don Ivan Punchatz. Check out the artwork. Of course, when you go to latintimes.com, you're going to have a button that says click here, just like I've written down here in my article. You're going to go to latin.com and you're going to click on the button that says here. As you're reading, you're going to run to a paragraph that tells you where to click, and you're going to get a whole bunch of pictures of it. If not, you could just go to Bethesda Software Works main page, and you could just look at these pictures yourself from there. So, as for gameplay, the title will feature a single-player mode that is described as having badass demons, big effing guns, and moving really fast. As key principles, according to ID Software executive producer Marty Stratton, the game will feature a large arsenal of weapons, in which case you cannot deny, because the truth is, a bigger arsenal of weapons, the more choices you have, the better it is for you, because that means there's a possibility that nobody will be able to copy you, although the chance is still there. So you can also swap these arsenals and such weapons with your friends, such as the Super Shotgun and the BFG 9000 will return, as well as a melee weapon such as the Chainsaw, which, if you remember last year, we saw that last year, and earlier this year, A lot of people watched the trailer, and it has racked up amazing views, the trailer, by the way. And we saw the chainsaw right off the bat from the beginning of the game. Very, very, very strong weapon, by the way. You could just maul down enemies like it was nothing, like it was slicing a cake pretty much at this point. So the game will also feature new multiplayer aspect development in conjunction with sensor affinity. Several modes have been announced, including traditional 4-player deathmatch, domination, warpath, freeze tag, and clan arena. These are the modes that have been announced for Doom, the upcoming game for next week, May 13, 2016. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today for this Doom update, and I'll have more videos coming at you today.